Hey guys, welcome back to Revealing Biblical Truths. In this video, we will be going through the book of Joshua, chapters 7 through 12. Before we get started, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, share, and comment below, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. In the previous video, Yahusha and the children of Yasharel had just taken the city of Jericho. In chapter 7, it records that someone had taken a cursed object from Jericho. He was a guy named Achan from the tribe of Yehuda. And Yah was angry. Then Yahusha took men from Jericho to the next town of Ai and told them to spy out the land. They came back and said they weren't too many people, so they suggested only sending a few men there to fight. Well, they did, but the men of Ai defeated them, and Yahusha was upset and prayed to Yah and asked why they were defeated. Then Yah told him it was because of the man who took the cursed object. So he told them that they would continue to lose until this cursed thing was put away from them. So Yahusha brought people from every tribe to find out who took it. When he found Achan, he asked him if he took it, and Achan confessed. And then they looked and found the object, a garment from Babylon, plus some silver and gold. So he took him into the valley of Achor and burned him and stoned him to death. And they called that place the valley of Achor because it means disturbance in Hebrew. But Yah's anger was then subsided. In chapter 8, Yah tells Yahusha to get up and take the city of Ai, just like they did with Jericho, and he would be with them. So Yahusha set 5,000 men on the west side of the city at night to lie in wait to ambush it. Meanwhile, the rest he took to the north side. And in the morning the people of Ai saw them and pursued after them to the north. And Yahusha made it seem like they were losing and fled away into the wilderness. And the people of Ai followed them out of the city. After this, the 5,000 that were waiting ambushed the city and took it and set it on fire. Then the men of Ai looked back and saw that it was on fire, and Yahusha's men then turned back and fought them. They killed all the men except for the king, which they brought to Yahusha. In total, they wiped out 12,000 people. Then the king was hanged on a tree until sunset and was taken down and put a pile of rocks on for all to see. So then he made an altar on Mount Ebal of stones and wrote the Torah on them. He then had half the tribes stand on Mount Ebal and half on Mount Gerizim and read the blessings and cursings of the law to them. When the different Canaanite tribes heard what was done, they conspired against him to fight him. And some of the city of Gibeon dressed up as poor nomads and went to them and asked to join Yahusha as a trick. They took old bread and bad clothes and said they had heard their victories and wanted to join them. So the people let them live without asking Yah about it. But then Yahusha found out that they lived close and tricked them, so he made them the servants of Yasharel, drawing water for them and cutting down trees. In chapter 10, a guy named Adoni-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, heard what Yahusha did, and he was afraid, and asked 4 kings from other cities to go and fight Gibeon with him. So they joined him and made war against Gibeon. And the men of Gibeon went to Yahusha and asked him to help them and fight the Amorites. So Yahusha went up from Gilgal, and Yahuwah said not to be afraid, but they would fall before him. And Yahusha fought with them, and some of them scattered, but Yahuwah rained hailstones on them from heaven so that they died. That is fascinating. It even says that more people died from the hailstones than from the sword of Yasharel. Then Yahusha did something that no one else had ever done since. He commanded the sun to stand still on Gibeon, and the moon to stand still on Ayalon. So the sun and the moon literally stopped moving in the sky until Yasharel had completed destroying the Amorites, which was a whole day. It also mentioned the book of Jasher, or Yashar, which could be the book of Jasher we have now, or a lost book. So Yahusha returned to the camp at Gilgal, but the 5 kings hid in a cave. So they put stones in front of the cave so they couldn't escape, and then brought them out. Then Yahusha hung them all on trees until evening, and then took them down and put them back in the cave, covering it with the stones again. He then took the city of Makkedah, and Libnah, and Lachish, and Eglon, and Hebron, and Debir, and also all the counties of Gaza, and Kadesh Barnea, and returned to Gilgal afterwards. In chapter 11, King Jabin of Hazor gathered together the other kings and peoples of the Canaanites to fight against Yasharel at the waters of Merom, which is just north of the Sea of Galilee, near Mount Hermon. But Yah once again told Yahusha not to be afraid, and on the next day they fought against them, and Yahusha won again. So Yahusha continued and took all the land, from Halak to the valley of Lebanon near Mount Hermon. He also ended up destroying all the Anakims, the long-necked giants, and took the whole land that Yah promised Moshe, and then the land rested from war. In total, he destroyed 31 kings and all of the land. And that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Shalom.